Hello and welcome. Today we're reviewing a scrim match from the perspective of the blue side. I've never seen this VOD before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it.
Pause?
Oh, no.
There we go. We're okay now.
Alright, cool.
Are we on Little
Oh,
Room?
observer, please. No. This has happened to me before, I can relate.
Just take point. Push to the window, push to the door, push to the door.
Okay, so...
One's taking a lot of damage. Focus his D.Va car.
Alright, so...
First she's one, I got her. Cyber's on me.
Keep pushing, keep
Oh,
pushing.
man.
Someone cap point, someone cap point.
Okay, so I really, honestly, I have no idea what happened there, so...
Focus his D.Va car. D.Va's out of position.
And to be fair, you guys won, so maybe we don't have to break it down.
Someone cap point.
Okay. Actually, let me see that.
Cyber's on me.
Keep pushing, keep pushing. Someone cap point, someone cap point.
I need to, okay. Okay. Okay, this is a bit greedy though, so I will say this. So right now, you guys won the fight. You can go get point. Right now, this Pharah needs to drop down and concussive blast away and immediately get back to the point because she's in a really dangerous position right here. No, this is not worth. This is no. Okay, that was really bad. I don't know what else to say about that. Just it's one of those things where, at best, okay, because right here, as you just saw, actually, Pharah had 0 bullets. So actually, wait, yeah. And obviously, this Winston, almost killed the Winston. Unfortunately, did not. But at this point, a high-level disciplined player will realize, okay, I didn't kill the Winston with my full clip. Now I have to back off because you have to reload. You have to get aggressive. He's fallen back towards his spawn. Probably gonna get healed soon. There's that health spawn, the health pack right there. Extremely unlikely you're gonna get this kill. So right here, going forward, almost certainly, as you climb to the higher levels and start playing better teams, a good team will punish you for this. Out of nowhere, you know, you're gonna get, they have a Pharah, a rocket's gonna come and hit you, a McCree's gonna come out of nowhere and headshot you, you know, etc, etc, etc. So this is really dangerous. And of course, we have to mention the concussive blast. You missed it, which is a really bad mechanical mistake. It almost felt like you just freaked out because that was really silly. Like you need it, like I said earlier, you need to drop down and then concussive blast away. So
I'm back.
I really need to highlight how bad that was because, and not to mention, you guys won the fight. So right, the whole point of this was you guys won, and there's no need, right? Like even if you get that kill with Winston, that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Yeah, you stagger them for another 10 seconds, but that's not worth you risking actually losing the point. Because that's probably what would have happened if you had died there. And you do get hacked here, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw you get hacked.
Come back, you guys are way out of position.
Yeah.
And you're one.
So really, all you're getting there is, yeah. So anyways, I know I'm harping on this, but this is a really critical error, and at the highest levels, you cannot make these kinds of mistakes. So that was a really big mistake. It took you a good 2 or 3 seconds to realize you were out of position, and that's too long. As soon as you used your last bullet on that clip, bail. Okay, cool, but he chased, so that's nice.
Not stay out there because you were pretty much dying.
Cyber there.
Yo,
Yeah, again.
I just hit an invisible sombra on accident.
Okay, so, well, as Pharah, this gate here, right, like this entire wall that's above you and around you is excellent to play around. So hopefully you're gonna do that. I don't mind you being on the ground right now. But I want you in the air. Yeah, and actually, like, in that wall. Like, that would have been a nice place to kind of start poking from. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, this is dangerous.
I'm not with you right now, Pharah. I can't fly.
Backed off.
Okay, so... right here...
D.Va coming through.
There's actually no reason... Let me see this. Okay, so, yeah, you didn't have ultimate. Okay, so, right here... when you're jumping up like this... if you had barrage, this actually would have been an okay decision because you could have immediately left click barraged, and there's a good chance you get a kill on Mercy, on Pharah, or you just demech D.Va, depending on how quickly she reacts to the DM. even then, that's not necessarily a great... Well, no, but she's looking away from you, so actually this would have been fine. But this is all a moot point because you don't have barrage. So the better option would have been like... Well, from the beginning, it would have been nice if you were just in the air playing with that gate that we talked about. Like being above it, below it. But because you kind of gave up that space, at this point in time, you kind of gave up this window space. You probably should have just stayed back a little bit more, just left clicking.
D.Va coming through.
D.Va coming in
roof.
window.
And then you also could have barraged right there as soon as you got it. That might have been okay too.
I'm not with you right now, Pharah. I can't fly.
Backed off.
Okay.
Mercy ding.
Oh, the
Mercy's
res.
flying around. Bear coming in.
Concussive. Way too slow on the
Mercy's
concussive.
flying around.
So,
Bear coming in.
like right now, as soon as you saw right here, this shield being broken like this, you need to turn around. Actually, left or right would have been okay. Actually, I like that you went left, but you needed to immediately concussive blast back into safety. Or again, you could also barrage here. Although I prefer the concussive blast.
Mercy's lit.
Did it get eaten? I think it got eaten. Okay, looking for a barrage, looking for a barrage, looking for a barrage. Okay, again, right there. Right here, left click that Pharah and barrage her, almost definitely.
This is fair. Fair's lit. Get on point. I'm on this Lucio.
Good. I like that you fell. I love that you fell back to help out your team. Excellent. That was exactly the right call.
Good job, Japan.
Dude, this D.Va's been chasing me the entire fight. It's actually fun.
I know. Well, she saw me die for their Lucio, so it was only fair, I guess. But their Lucio could.
Yeah, no, she was chasing Aiden, and I just kept punching her mech that she got annoyed enough to do.
Cool.
Alright,
Poking's
guys,
good.
so
You're
back up,
getting
back
Dragon
up,
Blade.
so
This is
back up,
great.
Coming back through main.
Actually, I don't like that this Genji just did this. So,
Alright, guys, step back up, on unguarded.
okay, so right now, but I want you to be topped off though. So ideally, I'd like you to kind of stay in this position that you were just now, like this general area. Like right here, this position is so good as Genji because you can poke from this angle, and it's so flexible because if they push you, you fall back. If they go this way, you follow them and you flank them. If they split up in both directions, you probably still fall back. But instead, it looks like you're about to run away and give up this space for free. That's not necessary. That being said, you lost 20 health, which is important. So I would like you to go get healed up. There's a health pack to your left. You can get that. But I don't like that you just ran away. So let's see what you do, because maybe you come back. And also, you're losing scouting information by doing this. You basically gave up telling your team, oh, they're going main, or oh, they're going, I'm not sure what that other place is called, but left. Dark, I guess.
Watch the Pharah. Get the Mercy.
Okay, so they're going main.
I have bomb.
I might be able to res this. I did.
I didn't do it for mech.
Sarah has ult, guys.
Oh no, I'm gonna get killed here.
Way too deep.
I got a really bad position, my bad.
Small room with me. Look at what's the parts that
Oh,
actually
wait,
might
what?
blow
I got a really
So,
bad position, my bad.
right here, I think this Lucio had amp it up for a while.
Small room with me. Look at
That's
what's the
yeah,
parts
that's
that
a
actually might
long
blow.
time to have amp it up.
No, never mind. Just
Go for
continue
stall.
as you
No
can.
more alts.
Aiden, you really should not have gone in there. I don't know why you did.
Okay, this Genji actually should not be stalling. You should just bail now. And you should definitely not use Dragon Blade.
99.
Get out.
Okay, good. Whew, thank you. That stall, not so worth.
Nice.
Not horrible, but not ideal in my opinion. Like you could have stalled for me like 1 or 2 seconds and then just bailed immediately with the Swift Strike and then backed off with like a deflect.
Same Jordan to the Hanzo. Have they used this tool?
It's the same thing. Alright, sorry, I think Zarya has.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not a big fan of that bubble. It doesn't buy your team a whole lot of time. Okay, so... Actually, this doesn't bother me too much. No, it's fine. We'll see what your team does here. You probably want... Your D.Va's going in. Yeah, there you go. Okay. You guys have ultimates. You actually can turn this, so I think you guys. Actually, let's listen to what you guys were saying.
They're punishing me.
McCree's one.
So right now would be a good time for someone in your team, like ideally a shot caller or whoever's kind of has the most leadership role, to say things like, or actually if someone could just ask, you know, winnable, 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 is it winnable? Or, you know, or someone could say it is winnable, you know, however you want to, whatever, you know, structure your team has. But it's really nice if someone can either ask that question or say it's winnable or it's not winnable. That way people know to commit ults or not. Oh, actually, oh crap, I just realized I was looking at the wrong team for ultimates. But, no, but you guys could actually still turn this. I think you actually still can turn this. Or at the very least, trade ultimates with your opponent. So, and yeah, so let's see what happens.
Come on, Pharah.
Went here when you both portals.
Oh, get that knock. Oh, you can do it. Yes, come on. Oh, right. Okay, right there.
Portals.
Okay, so right here, you do good. You move left, and you... Okay, and now you just need to go forward and push her again. Oh, but then you go right. It almost feels like... Was there a maybe the Lucio speed was, like, messing with your calculations, and you messed up that left click. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been a really big kill.
Harambe, get her.
I'm 90 to bomb.
Harambe, you failed me.
Zarya's one. Zarya's one.
Short jump, short jump.
Being healed by Merce.
Nice,
Sorry.
nice.
Nox, you cracker.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, that was your
Oh,
high noon.
Nox.
Oh, no, that wasn't.
Get this D in our back. I'm gonna stay baby D for this. Let's get her, get her, get her, get her, get her.
Let me see that again.
I'm gonna stay baby D for this. Let's get her, get her, get her, get her, get her.
That's unfortunate.
Merce
Oh,
in.
made a soup.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Let me see that
Oh.
again.
Made a soup.
Oh, you were right here? Actually, no, it's fine. I'm trying to recall if you can Swift Strike to cancel a reload. I'm pretty sure you can. But actually, I don't mind you just waiting for the reload. This is fine.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Yeah, and actually, I think you actually got some right clicks in there.
Made a soup.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. So good job. So great job.
Fair.
Oh, that's
Ooh, what happened? Are you guys losing this? Ooh, let's see what happened.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Okay, good. You guys finish it off. Well, I guess it was a pretty good graviton.
Oh, that's
And then the Pharah? Let me see. And she did get that res off. Where's your mercy?
oh, that's
Okay. Well, to be fair, it wasn't a super clean win, so...
We should take that reset, guys. We didn't flip.
Okay.
We can go in off my bomb.
Feel like, guys, we need to be focusing Pharah.
Yeah, and ult's about even.
She has not died.
Ready?
And actually, with a comp like this, you said to be focusing Pharah, but actually I would argue your biggest target is probably D.Va. With Res being as powerful as it is right now, demeching D.Va is huge, and it's actually not too hard to do that. She's a massive target. Her durability was hit with the DM, with the loss of DM time. So demeching D.Va is actually really nice right now, and like I said, it's kind of easy to do. Whereas Pharah, she can be a pain in the butt to kill, especially if you're, if your McCree isn't super sick. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. And not to mention, you can always kind of put the Pharah and the Mercy in a tricky position with Deadeye, forcing them to either be out of the fight or to kill them outright with Deadeye. So it's kind of one of those things where you can kind of put them in a checkmate position and just take them out in the middle of the fight. Whereas if you kind of go for them immediately, they have lots of tools to evade and to survive, and it's just a terror. So somebody said on your team to go for the Pharah. That is what's the word? A fool's errand, or there's some phrase. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. It's tough to do that. Don't get me wrong. Putting pressure on Pharah is a good thing, but saying things like, "Oh, we need to kill Pharah first," easier said than done. There are what's the word? There are easier things to do that can be extremely effective. Whereas killing Pharah, while that could, here's the other thing is that even if you kill Pharah, she's probably gonna get rezzed, right? So one could argue that that's maybe a harder goal and maybe not as effective as what I mentioned earlier, is demeching D.Va, which can put you in a really good in a really good position, in terms of like the state of the fight. So hopefully that makes sense. All right.
One.
Mercy Fair top right. On top of the McCree. McCree and Lucio, our side.
Where are the Max? I love
Okay, I don't mind this Deadeye. It's a good Deadeye. Let me see if that could have been...
On top of them, McCree. McCree and Lucio, our side.
Where are the Max?
On top of them, McCree. McCree and Lucio, our side.
Where are the Max? I love that.
And just by the way, I hate opening up fights with self-destruct. I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm on the Zarya. Zarya down.
Guys.
And actually, for that matter, the Deadeye too. And that being said, like I said, this Deadeye kind of like this flank here. It's actually funny because it kind of felt like you used two zoning ultimates, right? The Deadeye and the self-destruct together at the start of the fight. In my opinion, are horrible ultimates to start fights with. If you were gonna do something like this, I would have liked to see. Well, actually, no, I still wouldn't have liked that. No, to be fair, to be honest, I'm not really happy with either of those ultimates. The Deadeye here is probably the better one in my opinion. Like, I don't mind this kind of this as a zoning tool. If I was gonna pick one as a better zoning tool, I think Deadeye's better. Assuming that McCree's in a position where he has either support from his team, like bubbles and DMs, or he's kind of protected by line of sight. Because D.Va, once she uses her self-destruct, her character, she's useless, right? Like, she's useless for, like, the next... As soon as she hits that Q button, for the next 5 seconds, she's out of the fight. 100%. And that self-destruct, it zones for just that instant, right? Like, yes, you could argue that while they're running, that's kind of zoning them. But it's only for that instant where the bomb goes off that anyone is truly in danger, and then they can get back into the fight. Whereas Deadeye... it's a 6-second, full window where, again, assuming that your team is protecting McCree relatively well, they can't do a whole lot, and they're kind of locked into this state for 6 seconds. So a little bit better in that sense. But going back to what I said earlier, to start fights off with both of these ultimates, not so great, in my opinion.
I'm on the Zarya. Zarya down.
Guys, no one's killing Pharah. Pyrex, you need to.
It's a group effort to focus her. Like, if nobody's calling her out, we can't focus. I can't get that.
All right, so yeah, I don't have more time to work on your VOD, but I hope that it was helpful. To wrap up, actually, I feel like there was a lot of things across the board. Your observer did a pretty decent job of kind of giving screen time to everybody, so I think I touched on everybody a little bit. It feels like there's some misunderstanding in terms of kind of strategy, in terms of what your team needs to be accomplishing in terms of fights. Just like, I don't know, I really dislike D.Va ultimates to open up fights. I think that's horrible. Deadeye is a little bit better, but still not great. The way the McCree flanked around that right side was actually pretty decent in my opinion, and it was okay. To be fair though, it probably only looked that good because of the D.Va ultimate, which again isn't really a good thing either. So it's kind of this messy situation. So I would have liked for you guys to save both of those ultimates for mid fight. Waiting for the right moment to pop them, and I think this fight goes better. Yeah. What else? Oh, and like we talked about, focusing the D.Va first. I think that's much better and much easier, much more manageable than going for a Pharah. Especially with a comp like this. Like, if you were running double hit scan, then yeah, Soldier McCree, something like that, with like a Lucio, just off the top of my head, maybe, and throw like a Discord in there. Yeah, sure, then maybe with a comp like that, you could probably kill that Pharah fairly reliably. And yeah, anyway, that's enough about that. But again, the res, like, Pharah's one of those characters where, yeah, you can kill her from, because she's probably at a fairly safe distance most of the time. She's only going to come close to you when she's, like, confident she can close out that fight. But most of the time, she's mid to far range. And that's such an easy, safe way for their Mercy to res her. So, again, it's kind of a fool's errand in this meta with res being so strong. So, yeah, so just it seems like there's some things here and there that your team maybe doesn't understand strategically very well, and you guys can work on that. Yeah, cool. So, anyways, hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, please like the video and please subscribe. Thank you.